Hi, I'm Dan Hayes.
And I'm Vanessa Hayes. Welcome to Simple Life Together.
Well, we're about 6 months into the show, and since like December of 2012, we've been promising an About Us video. So I guess this is it.
Well, we are a retired military family. Dan and I both served in the military, and Dan actually retired after about 27 years. And then we both had corporate work experience before we started our own lifestyle businesses. I'm a professional organizer.
And I do business development consulting with some select clients.
Yeah.
So we were kind of living this deferred retirement plan like most people do, where you work your whole life until you're like 65 plus, and then hopefully you're healthy enough to retire and actually enjoy it.
Right.
And we decided that we kind of didn't want to live that way, but we were on the path.
Yeah, we even had a dream home planned and had a beautiful lot that was overlooking the state natural area. And it's going to be big and beautiful and with all the bells and whistles, but we just kind of started to have, I guess, second thoughts, if you will.
Yeah, and you know, the funny thing is we each had them individually and didn't talk about them. But then one day last year, we were flying into Portland for a conference that we go to. And no kidding, we were on final approach into PDX. We're over the river, and I leaned over to Vanessa and I said,
I remember this.
I don't know what we'll get from the conference this year, but I know one thing. I really, really want to simplify our lives.
Yeah, there it was.
It was out there, and we started really talking about it and discussing it.
Yeah, and I was totally on board. You know, it was almost, it seemed kind of like a shock, but then I realized, you know, we both had been thinking about this and really trying to simplify our lives, and so I was just totally on board. And so we started kind of just reevaluating things. And you know what? One of the things that kind of motivated us is this river behind us.
That's why we're here. We're on the Medina River. We're in Bandera, Texas. And, you know, we like to come here and just float down the river or just float in one spot. We're under the shade of these big old cypress trees, and we just
totally
have a
relax.
blast.
Yeah, we just totally relax and enjoy our family and friends, and it's just, we wanted more days like this.
Right, we wanted to just be able to drop what we were doing, pick up some tubes, and come down here.
And it's hard to do that, though, when you know...
Kind of in the rat race.
Right.
So we decided that we wanted to have our lifestyle and wrap our work and business stuff around that, instead of trying to wrap our lifestyle around our work.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jinx, you owe me a beer. And so we...
Well, we set out to explore this simple life, and how could we achieve that? How can we live simpler lives and really and truly enjoy it? And so we started looking around, and honestly, it was really difficult to find folks that were kind of in the same mindset, because you had two extremes. It was either all-out consumerism or minimalism, which we adore and think is fantastic and admirable, but it just wasn't quite for us.
We're not there yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, and so we tried to find some community somewhere in the middle, and when we couldn't find one, we decided, well, let's start our own. And that's how Simple Life Together was born, and that's how the show was born and the website. And so you know, here we are. We have a podcast that's honestly been kind of crazy successful for us. We have listeners in 123 countries.
That's amazing to us. It's awesome.
Yeah, little old us. Yeah. And we also are in the What's Hot category, typically in like 5 different categories in iTunes.
Yeah, so it's pretty amazing, a pretty amazing response. And it just tells us that there's a lot of other folks out there that are kind of wanting to pursue the same thing that we are and how to simplify. So what we do on the show is we try to offer some tips on how to kind of simplify your lives. And Dan, his specialty is kind of technology, mine's organizing, but even bigger than that, we're really trying to help you focus on what your life's priorities are. And so we talk about our successes, even our failures, things that we have learned along the way, and we also bring in other folks that share their stories on how they're simplifying their lives. And so it's all about sharing and just kind of, I don't know, just kind of learning together.
And we have a real active community, and so we learn as much from the listeners who interact with us as I'm sure we probably learn more than they learn from us. But we have a good time on the show, we enjoy it. And so if you haven't listened, have a listen, and I'm sure you'll maybe find at least one thing to help you lead a
simple life together.